Hi, everyone. My name is Don, and I'm here to share my stripes with you along with my wife, Beth, who is also my caregiver advocate and, as luck would have it, an RN. In November of 2019, I was diagnosed with NETs of the small bowel and with metastasis to the liver and pancreas. The diagnosis was made after 6 months of unexplained weight loss, diarrhea, and flushing, and seeking different physicians' input to find the reason. My GI doctor ordered a CAT scan, and initially we thought it was pancreatic cancer with liver metastasis, which we all know has a very poor outcome. The oncologist ordered a liver biopsy, which revealed it was neuroendocrine tumor, and he told us it was the best stage 4 cancer you could have, would require monthly injections and periodic scans. That cancer could not be cured but be contained, and monthly shots would help control the symptoms. We felt like we had just won the lottery. However, that feeling did not last very long. My first stop was to the internet to learn as much as I could about this rare disease. I learned a whole new vocabulary. We chose to let our family and friends know what the diagnosis and treatment plans were, and because of this, I'm on prayer lists all over the country. I received my first lanreotide injection in December 2019, and 2 days later, I was in the hospital with a bowel obstruction caused by the tumor in my small bowel. They removed a tumor in my gallbladder. The surgery was complicated due to excessive scarring from a previous bowel resection in 2003 when I was treated for colon cancer. Post-operatively, I also had an ileus, my small bowel shut down, and my total hospitalization was about 4 weeks. This was the start of a roller coaster ride I was not anticipating. Luckily, we are in a large metropolitan area with several medical facilities, and we sought a second opinion and received a much better description of the disease and different lines of treatment available. My second treatment was a dry 9D radioembolization that was not completely successful, so I started on CAP-10 for tumor growth and help with the symptoms. I developed carcinoid syndrome, which caused carcinoid heart disease. Later that year, I was diagnosed with heart failure, and my tricuspid valve was stuck open, and my pulmonary valve function was in question. This came as quite a shock to us, as a cardiac echo just 9 months before showed a very healthy heart. Talk about a punch in the gut. I had to wait for my open heart surgery because they wanted the cancer to be stable. My lanreotide injections were now being done every 3 weeks, and I was using octreotide rescue shots to help control the symptoms. I was also prescribed Zermelo. Time for more research, and this is when I found LACNETS. What a blessing it was to me to find this group, people who have been there and done that. Just what I needed. LACNETS has provided both education and emotional support on this journey. In April of 21, my cancer was considered stable enough to have open heart surgery and replace both my tricuspids and pulmonary valves. The surgery went well, but not without post-op complications of pleural effusions that needed to be drained twice on an outpatient basis. Imagine they poke a hole in your back. A little while later, they come and tell you they drained 2 liters of fluid. We felt like we had reached the mountaintop at this time. Fewer symptoms, started to gain some weight, less fatigue, all good things. Scans were looking okay with minimal changes, but the symptoms came back. The tumor board met and suggested PRRT because the disease was not isolated to the liver, it was in other areas, spine, pancreas, mesentery, and bones. PRRT was started in late 21 and then concluded in June of 22. During that time, I sought a second opinion from Mayo Clinic, and the treatments I was getting was appropriate, but they had suggested bland embolizations. Our home oncologist took the case to the tumor board again, and they agreed. Symptoms persisted, so I had 2 blind embolization procedures, and they started me on Afinitor after the last procedure. The Afinitor wreaked havoc with my white counts, so that was stopped late last year. My symptoms continue to persist. I recently had a scan that showed possible growth of the tumors in my liver and my spine. I remain on lanreotide every 3 weeks and take rescue shots about 5 to 7 times a week. We are waiting for the next scan to determine what the next therapy will be. Thankfully, there are new therapies to try. Some are in the clinical trial stage.
The journey is different for each one of us. It is challenging because of its unpredictability. I'm on this journey too. Even though I don't have cancer, my life is affected by it every day, but in a different way. It has been difficult to watch my husband be so vulnerable and unable to do things he loves. It's hard to know when to push, when to sit back and stay silent, and when to intervene. It's hard to communicate some of the test results with our adult children living in other states. We always share the truth, but finding the right words to explain it is challenging. We have had to have difficult discussions regarding treatment plans and even end-of-life decisions. This cancer has affected our lifestyle, and we've had to make more detailed plans and alternate plans in case Don is having a very symptomatic day. We've had to cancel plans with friends and our family, which can be very disappointing. Despite that fact, we still plan activities, dates, and travel when we can. Is this what we thought retirement would be? No, but we continue to strive for the best life possible, make memories, and look for treatment options that can be beneficial for Don. I would love to not be on this roller coaster, but it is the path God has chosen, and I must believe He knows best. He has put people in our paths to help us on this journey, and for that, I am grateful.
Here are a couple key suggestions for those beginning or on this journey. First, don't try to do it alone. Have an advocate, caregiver, or someone with you along the way. Second, always have questions for the doctor. I send mine in advance just to make sure we cover them in the visit. Make sure you take good notes. Don't ever stop learning, and remember, each day is a gift. Make the most of it. Thank you for your time, and may God bless you.